Hey you guys, welcome to Queen Talk. It's your girl Mary Ann Covington coming to you on this lovely Wednesday for a little Queen chat. Um, so I hope all is well with you guys. I want to thank you for watching this video, sitting down to chop it up with me. For those of you that's watching the replay, I appreciate you as well. Excuse my son in the background trying to out talk me. Like, I promise you, my kids are quiet usually until I hit, you know, the live video. Until I get on live, like, my kids are quiet. But as soon as I get on to do a video, it's like, tear the club up, tear the club up, you know? And so anyway, so our Queen Talk for today is about balance, right? Balance. And what I mean by balance is, as queens, we have many gems in our crown, okay? And so, we have to do a lot of different things, right? One of them, for some of us, is being a mother, it's being a career woman, it's being in ministry, you know, active in our communities. Then we have, if you're part of a church, we have so many different things. And then we have friends. We may have a significant other, a husband, or, something to that degree, you know, somebody you're dating or a boyfriend, fiance, whatever you want to call it, right? And so in all of that, somehow, okay, we must find balance, because the main thing is that we as queens have to have a relationship with God, and we have to nurture that relationship with God, right? And so, he should be our main priority. And so it's like, how do I balance all of these things? Like, how do I make time for everything and everybody that's pulling at me for attention, right? Because all of these things need attention. Like, all of our relationships need to be nurtured. Our businesses, everything has to be paid attention to, right? And so we don't want to slack in any area. So how do we balance, right? Some people make a schedule and they're very strict about, they do time blocking. They're very strict about sticking to their agendas, sticking to their daily schedules. She don't do that, and she meaning me. Like, the only time I really stick to a schedule like that is if I have appointments. Now, with my appointments, yes, I block off time for every appointment, but I don't have a specific time to check emails. I don't have a specific time, to be on social media. I don't have a specific time to handle business things and then ministry things and then pray at this time and, cook dinner at this time. I don't have that, right? Because number one, I'm a mother, and being a mother, your schedule is likely to change, right? And so, yeah. And so, it would irritate me if I couldn't stick to my schedule, right? So the only time I really schedule and it's a specific time is when I have appointments, right? When I have scheduled calls, when I have speaking engagements or something of that nature, right? And is it a good thing? For many people, no, maybe not. But for me, it works because, like I said, my house is not like anyone else's house. Like, it's 4 rugrats in here, 4 of them. And so, you have things with the kids. And then when you're on a strict schedule, it's like, it's pressure. Like, okay, I got to do this at this time. And I'm not a robot. Like, I don't like doing the same thing the same way every single day. Okay, that's just not me. I'm just not gonna do that, right? And so I like to mix things up a little bit, shake things up a little bit, because let me tell you something, honey. Anytime you do things routinely and on a schedule, like, you will see a lot of times, like, even with Queensation, like, I don't stick to days where I have like Now I do have Monday Manna, and that's usually like a virtual email that I send out. But guess what? Past couple of 2 weeks, I've been doing it live instead of sending it in the email, because one thing I don't like is when people catch on to your routine, right? So, what makes a stalker? How can a stalker easily stalk somebody, right? You have to think about it like that. They learn their routine, okay? That's how most robbers, well, in the movies anyway, because I don't know no real robbers, but like on the movies, like when somebody's gonna rob somebody, like they stake out their house, like they stake them out, they follow them, and they learn their routine, so they know when they're usually home and when they're usually out, right? They know even when their neighbors are coming and going, right? So they have to study the person to really learn their schedule. And listen, just like it is in the natural, it's like that in the spirit, right? So once you get on the schedule, it's like the enemy learned your schedule. Like, okay, well, I know she prayed at 3 o'clock, so I'm gonna make sure everything that can possibly go wrong will go wrong before 3 o'clock, so she'll miss that scheduled time. And so if you miss your normal scheduled time to pray, you're more likely not to pray at all because you missed your scheduled time. You get what I'm saying? So you have to be careful with letting people know, or people catch on and learn your schedule, just like you have to be careful with letting the enemy, Satan, our adversary, the prince of the air, okay, know your schedule, okay? And so that's why I mix stuff up a whole lot, because people study you, they learn you. Oh, let me see. Okay, that's what she gonna do. It's Monday, she gonna do Monday Manna. Manna is Wednesday, she gonna do Queen Talk. It's Friday, she gonna do the royalty. I even took royalty. I stopped doing the royalty for a little bit, simply because I'm revamping that. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. It's coming back, okay? And when it come back, it's coming back better, okay? Because I didn't have everything lined up like I wanted it to, I wasn't able to do. I just used the resources that I had when I first started the royalty. So it hasn't gone anywhere. I just haven't been doing it on Friday nights at 8 p.m. like I started out. But I'm actually revamping that and reconstructing that this month. And so that's what's going on a lot with Queen Station right now. Like a lot of things, like I'm reconstructing, like even my 15-minute phone calls, and my schedule as it pertains to taking calls and clients, and mentorship, and coaching as well. So everything is changing, right? Because you have to keep things fresh and anew, because I'm the type of person, every time the enemy think he caught up to me, yeah, baby, no, 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 no. See, that's what you thought. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always, trying to evolve, and I'm always trying to mix things up and switch things up. So that schedule thing it's just out the window. It's just out the window. And especially if you like OCD and somebody call you, right? Like somebody call you right when you're supposed to be doing something else, and you didn't plan to talk to them to a certain time, and they call you at the wrong time. It's like throw your whole day off, right? So yeah, so I'm not that, but I had an issue with balancing everything, and we have to be careful so that we don't get burnt out. We have to be careful so that we don't get overwhelmed, because I'm also the type of person, when it's just too much and you don't know what to do, it's like, you know what? I ain't doing, look, throw the whole day away, okay? Because I ain't doing nothing. It's just too much right now, right? And so I had to find balance in between having a strict schedule and, just freelancing to the point where I get overwhelmed, right? And so what does that look like? That looks like sometimes not being able to answer phone calls right away. That looks like, yeah, going ahead and doing, prioritizing my task. So, okay, if I know that I have to come, have a word for Monday, then, I need to be prepared for that. But not saying that I got to, I'm going to prepare for my word on Monday at 2 o'clock p.m. on Saturday. No. You know what I'm saying? But, keep a loose schedule. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Like, keep a loose schedule so you can balance everything. And, you don't put too much pressure on yourself because the schedule is too strict. But also, you don't just, you know, what they call it. What's the word I'm looking for? Because I was about to say something like free willy or something like that. It ain't that. Willy nilly it or wing it. Yeah, that's the word. So you're not just winging it all the time, right? You have some type of structure, but it's just not tight. It's just not strict, right? You give yourself some cushion in there to kind of move things around. And so yeah, that's what I do, right? So being a queen is not easy by far, okay? It's not easy by far, but it's something we have to walk in every single day. It's something that we have to grow into every single day, right? I always say we're not perfect, but we have to strive for perfection, right? There's always room for improvement. There's always room for innovation. There's always room to learn something new, right? And we should be trying to learn something new every single day, right? No matter how small it is, if you didn't know it yesterday, you're doing good, okay? So, yeah, like that's basically it. And I did want to talk to you about a scripture, okay? Jeremiah 33:3. And today I'm going to read it out of the NIV version of the Bible, the New International Version. Okay. It says, "Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know." And so this scripture was so on time for me, because a lot of times we try to wing it, right? And we come up short because we don't know what to do, right? Sometimes we don't know what to do. We don't know how to do it, right? But God says, call to me, okay? Don't call a king, okay? Don't call your best friend, okay? Don't call the guru, but call to me. I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things, okay? Great and unsearchable things. And that's a lot of the problem sometimes. We want to do it. And when I say we, I say it to generalize, right? We want to do things how we see other people do it, right? Instead of waiting for our own blueprint, right? Because one thing I understand and I always understood is that God has a specific blueprint for Mary. Okay. He has a specific blueprint for Mary because he has a specific purpose for Mary. He has a specific destiny for Mary, and Mary has a specific journey. Okay. And so with all of that, there's a blueprint that God has provided. Right. And so I can't do things because I see it working for someone else. I can't say, okay, I'm going to do it like that. No, no. I have to do it the way God tells me to do it. And like to the world, it may not be correct, right? But when you follow the blueprint of God, right? Like the business gurus, they may tell you, you have to do it this way, ABC. But God tell me ZYX. Okay. And so to them, it may seem like, what's she doing? She don't know what she doing. But God is wise. He's eternal. He knows everything. Okay. He created knowledge. Okay. He created numbers. Okay. And so therefore he knows what will work best for me. He knows what goes better with the blueprint that he has provided in my life. He knows what goes better with my purpose, my destiny, my journey, right? And so God has a way of doing things that's so unique. right? And he tells us in the Bible, it says that he uses the foolish things to confound the wise, right? He uses the foolish things to put the wise to shame, basically, is what he's saying, right? Because all of the worldly intelligence in the world does not compare to the knowledge of God. It does not compare to the wisdom of God, right? Because this scripture tells us that if I call him, he will tell me great and unsearchable things that I do not know, right? Unsearchable. Do you understand what that means? Unsearchable, like can't nobody get on Google and find it, right? But God will reveal to me, actually in the NLT version, it says secrets, right? He will tell me remarkable secrets that I do, of things to come, right? Remarkable secrets of things to come. Right? So in the King James version, it says it like this: call unto me and I will answer thee and show thee great and mighty things, which thou knowest not. Right? So sometimes we think we know it all. We think we have it all figured out, right? But God is saying, ask me, okay? And I'm going to show you more stuff. I'm going to show you great things. I'll show you mighty things. I'll show you remarkable things. I'll show you secrets. I'll reveal to you mysteries, okay? I'll show you things that's not searchable. And people will wonder, well, how do she know that? How did she do that? God revealed it to me. God revealed it to me, right? And so listen, you cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong following the blueprint of God. When it don't make sense to man, when it don't make sense to anyone else, right? When it don't even make sense to you, okay? You have to follow the blueprint of God. Follow the instructions of God. Because when he gives you instructions, he expects you to follow them. Right? And if you don't follow them, you may miss the biggest blessing of your life. Okay? And so, with that, I just want you to be encouraged. I want you to understand that you don't have to do things like everyone else. You don't have to stick to a strict schedule, but just have something that works for you, right? It works for you and it's pleasing unto God. It works for me and it's pleasing unto God. Okay? It works for me and it's pleasing unto God, right? And he is my source. He is my source. He is my strength, right? He is El Shaddai, which is more than enough, right? When I can't call on people, when I can't call on a guru, when I can't call on anyone else, he's El Shaddai. He's more than enough, right? Every answer that I need, he already has ready. Okay. Every answer that I need, he already has it. And he's waiting to reveal it to me. Actually, he wants to show it to me. I just have to humble myself and ask him. Right? And so, yeah, that's Queen Talk for today. Thank you guys for rocking out with me. And I'll see you guys in my next video. But listen, so the product of the week is the Royal Set, which is a mug and a t-shirt. Okay. It is royal themed, but it is customizable. Okay. It's customizable to your brand or your name. Okay. The gold part of the mug, you can change it to any color that you want, but it is going to be there. Okay. The on the shirt, the crown is going to be there, right? Because it's customizable, but it is